comprehending the Chinese.
后来我就跟那个服务人员说，我要改做英语。
But then I told the person that
改英语以后就比较听得懂了。
Then I could understand
结
better.
果我们听完讲道以后，我们要解散，要回去了，要回去旅馆。
Afterwards, we were about to go to the
那个是我们在那个楼上面，差不多有7楼的高了，7楼。
There were 7 floors.
然后我们就解散以后就要下来，我就带着我父亲呢就下来。那因为我就拉着我父亲的手。
So I hold my dad's hand.
那我父亲呢，因为不习惯，他说没有关系，我走就好，我就跟你走。但是把手一放开了，结果我就找不到我父亲了。
When I let go of the hands, I couldn't find my dad.
因为那个礼拜有几万个人，很大的，一躲开以后呢，那个有的人走这边，有的人走这边，我就一下子说我的父亲不见了。
And then I lost my dad because there were so many people.
我就看这个也不是我父亲，这个也不是，那我父亲跑在哪里了？
I lost my dad.
其实我赶快喊一声：“爸爸，你在哪里了？”
So I yelled and I said, "Look for my
他说：“
dad."
我在这里，在这里。”
And my dad said,
那
"I'm
我就
here."
赶快去又把他的手拉住。
And then I held his hand again.
我说：“你要把我的手拉紧，不要，因为我看人这么多哦，等一下会掉了。”
I told him to hold my hand tight.
所以我从楼上一直走到楼下，就是差不多走20分钟。
It took us about 20 minutes to come
这
back.
20分钟呢，我把我父亲的手呢紧紧的拉住。
I held his hand tight.
弟兄姐妹，这个你没有这种经验。
Did you have experience like that?
如果跟你父亲或者跟你太太呢，就是把手呢拉得很紧，一直拉个20分钟、30分钟呢。
If you held your wife's hands for 20 minutes,
你们的感情呢会更亲密。
and I'm sure that your relationship will be even
不但是这
closer.
样呢，你如果跟他同房呢，更亲密。
And you'll be in union with her.
我因为跟我父亲呢时常同房，
And I am in union with my
我
father.
跟他呢到世界很多地方去旅行过。
I travel with him quite a bit.
如果我跟他2个人去，我们都一定同房。
When I went with him, I always in union with him.
如果我跟我爸爸跟妈妈一起出去，我也是跟我父亲母亲一起同房。
I also stay with my dad and mom.
如果我跟我太太去，我们就分房。
And if I went with my
但每一次
then
我
we
跟
were
我
separate.
父亲同房的时候，我跟我父亲同房的时
When
候，
I lived in the same room, stay in the same room
我
with
们
my
就整
dad,
天讲话，
we talked.
很多话呢都是在我们同房的时候，我才更了解我父亲。
We shared, and so I would understand him even more and
因为
deeper.
我父亲呢是念日本书的，他受过日本教育。
And he knew Japanese quite
很多
well.
时候呢，我小时候的，他小时候的事情我不知道。
And he told me about stories when I was younger.
很多事情呢，是我在开始做生意以后呢，他是在我公司里面在做会计，他在管钱的，负责财务的。
So he was also a businessman. And
后来有一次呢，我们在韩国呢，有一个地方我们同房。
in South Korea, we also stayed in the same room.
他差不多4点多呢，他就起床了。
In the morning, 4 o'clock, he woke up.
那我因为晚上工作的很晚，差不多12点才睡觉。
And I went to bed late.
他每一次
night.
起床呢，都来看我的眼睛有没有打开。
And he always came by my bed and look at me.
那我知道他在看我，就故意把眼睛就闭起来。
And when he looked at it, I purposely closed my eyes.
那他去厕所又出来，又来看我。
And he looked at me again after the bathroom trip.
那有一次呢，我眼睛就打开了。
And one time I opened my eyes.
他就问我说：“哦，你醒来了哈？”
Oh, you woke up.
我说：“对了，我还在睡觉，但是现在也可以醒来了。”
Well, I was sleeping, but now I can wake
然后
up.
他看我醒来了，就开始又跟我讲话了。
And then he started talking again.
我们就开始又天南地北一直讲，一直谈。
And then we talked about the whole world.
后来一直谈到有一个事情呢，这个事情呢是我们在20年前就发生的事情，我们早就忘记了。
And he talked about one thing, but what happened
这个事情是什么呢？这个事情呢，就是他告诉我，他说：“其实你要来美国的时候，我很不舍。”
He told me that when we were about to come to America, he was very sad to see us leave.
因为我讲过我们小时候的事情，就是说我父亲对我很好。
And because he loved us so dearly.
他对我非常有信心。
And he was very faithful in what I do.
他知道我将来一定会成功。
And he knew that I would be successful.
但是我要来美国的时候呢
When I came to America,
我要来美国的时候，他就心里面呢，一方面他想要我来美国，
he wanted me to come to America.
一方面呢，他又想不让我离开他。
He also didn't want me to leave.
所以他心里面想，他就跟我太太讲，因为我们决定要来美国，
So after we decided to come,
他就跟我讲说，你有机会到美国去呢，我不反对。
I'm not against you going there.
如果照你的能力呢，还有Lily跟你的配合呢，你们在美国一定会成功。
According to your ability, Lily, you will be successful.
但是呢，你还很年轻，
But you're still young,
不要太冒险。
and don't be too risky on your business.
听说很多人到美国去也不一定能成功。
And many did not succeed
他
in
说：“你如
America.
果在那边太冒险，那你就回来好了。
If anything that went wrong, just goes wrong, then
所以
just
我
come
知道
back.
他的心意，我知道他的心意。
I knew what he felt in his heart.
但是我来美国的时候呢，就很认真去做生意，
So I worked extra hard when I came here
因为我不要让我的父亲来失望。
because I didn't want him to worry.
但是我来美国以后，第2年我就信耶稣。
But second year here in America, I believed Jesus.
信耶稣以后呢，我就遇到一个很大的困难。
And after I believed Jesus, I faced a huge problem.
这个困难呢，我父亲他从来不知道，
And he didn't know about it.
是我在跟我父亲同房以后，我们慢慢聊天的时候才讲出来。我把我的心里面讲的，他也把我的心里面讲出来。
And he knew that after I shared with him,
这个秘密呢，就是说我来美国以后呢，我开始做生意。
after coming to America, I started my business.
因为我在台湾的时候，我跟我父亲是同样弄一个公司。
And in Taiwan, I worked with my dad in
那
the
其
same
实
company.
呢，这个生意都是我在外面去接的，我生意。
It was that I went out to look for a business.
我还没来美国的时候，就有赚了一些钱。
So I made little money, some money before I came
那
here.
我就想说，我来美国，当然就是我们公司呢会全力来支持我。
So I thought that when I came here, the company would support me.
但是刚来美国做生意不是那么简单，
But it's not easy here
人生呢地不熟。
because it's a strange, a foreign
到了1年多以后，
land. 1 year later,
我这些钱呢慢慢 cash flow 慢慢有问题。
and I faced some cash flow problems.
有一天呢，我跟我父亲用电报在联络，
When I contacted my dad via West,
他就告诉我，
he told me
他说我们运去的货呢已经有好几批，你都还没有付钱回来。
we sent over many merchandise that we have not yet received the
他
payments.
就告诉我，他说你如果在那边很难做的话，就不要那么勉强。
If it's difficult to do business there, don't try to force it.
你可以回到台湾，我们还是非常可以过得很好的日
You
子。
can still come back here.
那个时候呢，我心里就很难过，
And I felt sad about it.
因为我来1年多呢，小孩子都已经在这边念书了，
And my kids were going to school then here.
那我不可能又回去台湾。
It wouldn't be right for me to go back
但
there.
是我如果要继续做的话，我要怎么样把这些钱赶快汇回去台湾？
How I thought how I could return the money.
那其实那个时候我知道我们台湾那边还是有钱，
I knew that there was some money there left there
因为那些钱是我赚的，
because I earned the money.
我赚完的钱全部都给我父亲，
I gave him all the money then.
由他在做这个会计。
So he was the one to take care of the
但
accounting.
是我因为怕我的父亲呢，我体谅他，我怕他说这个他已经开始觉得说这样有一点冒险，
So he thought that was a risky business.
所以那个时候呢，我就开始怪我的天父耶
Then,
稣。
then I started complaining to Jesus
因为那个时候呢，我开始在教会侍奉，我很热心。
because I started serving the church
我每个礼拜呢都教主日学，
and I also teach in Sunday school.
而且我引导人家来教会来信主。
And also I brought people here to the church.
那个时候呢，我就早上起来就跪下来祷告。
And in the morning, I would kneel down to pray.
因为很多人告诉我，
And many people told me,
说你如果要有 cash flow，
if you want to have cash flow,
你要去做这个 flea market 的生意。
you have to go to a flea market.
因为这样呢，才能够把你的货呢变成现金，赶快这样比较容易周转。
And then so they can turn to cash.
那我去考察了一下，真的是 flea market 的生意呢，比较容易有现金进来。
And it is true that the flea market was a good way to start.
但是对我来讲有一个困难，因为 flea market 都是礼拜六跟礼拜天在做的。
But flea market is always Saturday and Sundays.
那假如我要去做这样的生意的话，我就礼拜天不能来教会了。
And that means Sunday I couldn't come in.
但那个时候呢，我刚好认识了天父。
And then I just knew about our Lord.
我也知道我地上的父亲有这样的困难。
And also that my father on earth also has.
所以呢，我就跪下来祷告。
When I kneel down to pray,
我就跟我们的天父祷告。
I pray to Him.
他说：“你不是跟我讲吗？”
Didn't you tell me?
他说：“这个马太福音第6章有讲说，这个天上的飞鸟跟地上所种的花也没有什么种子，但神呢都给它保守得非常好。”
In Matthew chapter 6,
那个花开呢，比那个所罗门的衣服更漂亮。
God took care of the sparrows and also the lily flowers.
我是你所拣选的人。
I am your child.
你要我来，我替你做见证，传福音。
You want me to testify for you?
那你怎么让我遇到这样的困难呢？
Why did you put me in
那
this
我如
problems?
果信主以后1年多，又不来教会了，又开始去 flea market 做我的生意。
If I were to go out to do the flea market business,
那我怎么样能够替你做见证？
how could I testify for you?
就我跪下来祷告，
I knelt down to pray,
神天父呢就很清楚的告诉我，
and God told me
他说
clearly,
你是我爱的儿子。
and you're loved by me.
我还没有拣选你以前，就已经很爱你了。
I loved you before you were born.
我到过世界很多的地方，每一次遇到困难的时候，都有人来帮助我。
When I travel to the business, when I face
你还没信
problems,
主的时候，我就差遣人来帮助你。
before you believe me, I have already sent people to
现
help
在
you.
你在服侍我，我怎么能够让你发生这样的事情？
How could I not help you when now you're believing me?
他说：“你为什么不会去找以前你在中东的时候，你遇到困难都去找他的那一个人？”
Why don't you go look for the person that you look for in the Middle East?
结果他这样一讲，
He said that to me.
我就有信心了。
Then I
我
had
就
my
打个
faith.
telex 去告诉我以前在沙特阿拉伯一个很好的朋友，
So I tell us to my friend in Saudi.
我就跟他讲说，我现在来美国，
I told him that I'm here in US.
我现在做生意呢，这个遇到 cash flow 有困难。
I'm facing cash flow problems.
我刚到美国呢，又没有 credit， 银行又不借我钱，
I have no credit in the US.
你能不能帮忙？
Can you help me?
所以我就打电话去给他，打 telex 完了以后，我就打电话给他。
After Talas, I called him.
我问他说：“你有没有收到我的 telex？”
I asked him if he received mine.
他说
Talas.
我已经收到了。他
He
说
said so.
他说没有问题，我会帮你忙。
He said I would help you.
第二天呢，第二天
Second day,
银行就通知我，
and the bank informed me,
他说你的账户呢有人汇了10万块要给你，
and someone just sent over $100,000.
没有利息，
No interest.
这是天父帮忙我。
Our Father in heaven helped me.
我把这个事情在我跟我父亲同往的时候告诉他，
And I told my earthly dad that in the room,
我的父亲呢觉得非常很不舍，
and my dad was heartbroken.
他说你在那个时候呢怎么不告诉我？你说
He said-
你有这样的困难呢？
He said that, what did you tell me then?
我跟他讲说，爸爸，我怕你担心我，
Because I was afraid that to worry him.
所以我们两个互相拥抱。
So we embraced.
后来我带我父亲信主以后，
After I brought him to know Jesus,
我们的感情更好。
and we have a stronger relationship.
弟兄姐妹，我跟你讲这个其实是我家里面的秘密。
I I'm telling you this because this is the secret in my home.
但是我要告诉你说，你跟天父同房，是天父的恩典是有多大。
And when you're in union with the Lord, and the blessings are enormous.
这不是一种知识，
This is not wisdom.
这是一种跟神相交的一个经验。
This is a true life experience with God.
我们跟白牧师还有跟恩主牧师，我们都有同样的有神的灵来经过我们的体验，所以我们有很深的相交的地方。
Pastor Andrew, Pastor Pai, and I have this spiritual walk together.
我想白牧师呢，他时常心里在想什么，他也会告诉我。
And Pastor Pai also tells me a lot of things from his heart.
我也非常愿意呢，成为他祷告的同伴。
I also wanted to be his partner in prayers.
因为他在纽约教会，他的亲戚全部都搬走以后，
After his relatives moved away from New Orleans,
在整个教会受到水灾，差不多几乎没有人的时候，
and when they're facing difficulty problems with the floods,
他能够在那样的情况使这个教会再起来。
and he practically rebuilt the church.
假如没有天父跟他同在，
If God was not with him,
不是凭他的意志或者神学院的学问
it's
可以
not
做起来。
because his strength or his knowledge.
我想爱我们的天父都是一样的。
I'm sure that this loving Father in heaven,
他爱美南教会，也同样爱纽约的教会。
and he loves our church here at EFC Houston
我们
as the same.
为这个来祷告。
And we should continue to pray for this.